welcome to this new video for my channel, The Mental Traveler. I'm Caro Herrera and today I'm going to be reviewing a book called The Race to Save the Romanovs by Helen Rappaport, published in 2018. Before I begin, I'd just like to point out that unless you're not aware of what happened to the last Tsar of Russia and his family, this will be a spoiler-free video, so you can sit back and enjoy. As the title states, in this book we learn of all the plans that different people made to try to save the Romanovs, particularly Nicholas II and his family, after Nicholas abdicated the throne. So we learn what the kings of Europe, foreign governments, loyal Russian monarchists, and more were doing before, during, and after the abdication to try and save the Romanovs from the hands of their enemies. I give The Race to Save the Romanovs a 5 out of 5 stars review because it's so well researched. I am a journalist, so I love that the author was also stating how she came to know about certain plots that had been unpublished until she found it, and that she has also written several other books on the Romanovs, and you can tell that she really wants to do a great job with her investigations. Also, it's a book that tries to be impartial, so I also got a lot more insight into what was happening with George V when he faced the question of whether he should accept or not the Romanovs in England after the abdication. I must confess that I cried more than once, particularly when I was finding out new stuff regarding the last days of the Romanovs. For example, when their captors sent them letters pretending to be loyal monarchists to trick them to see if they would try to escape. Or the fact that Nicholas' mother, Maria Fedorovna, my favorite queen consort, kept a light on her window every night just in case her son, whom she didn't really want to believe was dead, could find a way back to her. We also get to see, as I mentioned, what the other royal houses of Europe were doing during this time to try to save the Romanovs, or were not doing, as well as their government and Russians loyal to the Tsar. I feel though that I should point out that The Race to Save the Romanovs is not an easy read. It's full of facts, historical dates, names and stuff, so you really have to be paying attention to keep up with everything that's going on. But I didn't find it difficult because I was fascinated and captivated by everything I was reading. So I do recommend this book, but especially if you like this sort of historical research packed books. Okay, so I've been a history lover all my life, but it wasn't until I was around 18 that I really started to become a royalist. And since I also have a thing for monarchs who have to face a revolution or a conquest or something like that, I've always had a soft spot in my heart for Nicholas II and the rest of the Romanovs, whether it's his parents or his children. Anyways, for years I've read many books about their lives, I've seen many shows and movies about their stories, as well as documentaries of their lives and fates, as well as documentaries. So when I found in 2019 this book, I instantly bought it without a second thought. And I finally got a chance to read it in January 2020. But I think though that the main reason why I wanted to buy The Race to Save the Romanovs was because I wanted to learn more about this aspect of the Romanovs story, because I'm a big fan of King George V as well, who was first cousin to Nicholas and also to his wife, Tsarina Alexandra. So it's always a bit painful to recall that when Nicholas was forced to abdicate, George took back his initial offer of inviting his cousin and his family to live in exile in England. And I mean, I knew that George did it in part because he was afraid of the anti-monarchist feelings this would provoke among his subjects, particularly since there were already a lot of ill feelings towards the royal family because of their German roots, and this is because all of this was happening during World War I, when Great Britain was fighting Germany. Still, I was curious to learn more about this point in the lives of both George and Nicholas, as well as learn what other people and what other plots were being hatched and planned, and wanted to get involved in saving this beautiful family from their horrible fate. For the moment though, I believe that this is all I have to say about The Race to Save the Romanovs. Thank you so much for watching my review of it. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that you enjoyed it. Please let me know if you did or if you didn't, as well as share your own thoughts regarding this family, the Russian Revolution, George V, World War I, anything that's relevant. Also, I'm also gonna read more books written by this author, particularly the Romanov sisters and A Magnificent Obsession. I particularly want to read the one about the Romanov sisters because some years ago I saw a documentary based on it and it was really insightful, and I learned tons of stuff about the girls and their relationships with their parents and men in general. But yeah, anyways, in the description box below you can find a link to the book's Goodreads page. And well, I'm Caro Herrera, the Mental Traveler. I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you are in the world. I'll be seeing you soon. Goodbye!